Alectryon excelsus is a medium-sized New Zealand native tree with a decurrent and compact rounded crown. The leaves are compound in an even pinnate arrangement, with each leaflet having an elliptic shape and serrated margins. The inconspicuous flowers appear in spring and are small, purple, hairy and apetalous. Flowers are followed by round red fruits held within a brown dry fruit. Tea-talky berries provide food for native birds, making this an ideal tree for native or woodland borders. Corynocarpus laevigatus, the New Zealand karaka, is a medium to large tree with a decurrent, erect canopy. The dark green leaves are simple and broadly elliptic with smooth margins. They are thick and leathery to the touch with a glossy surface. The panicles of small, greenish-cream flowers appear in spring and are followed by large green drooped fruits that ripen to a vibrant orange in February. This is another tree suited to native or woodland borders, but also tolerates coastal conditions. The ripe fruits are an attraction for the native kiriru. Knightia excelsa, New Zealand's native rewa, is a tall and columnar tree. The simple leaves are light green, long and linear with serrated margins. A notable leaf feature is the furry underside. The flowers are hidden inside the tree, but are unusual reddish-bronze spikes of tubular flowers, and these are followed by dry, brown, hairy seed pods. Like many New Zealand natives, the rewa is attractive to birds and is suited to native plantings or tight garden situations. Leptospermum scoparium is the New Zealand native manuka or tea tree. It is a small, open tree with a decurrent growth habit and distinctive flaky bark. It is prickly to the touch as the simple sessile leaves are an oval shape with an acute tip and cuneate base. In October, solitary star-shaped flowers of white or pink appear in the leaf axis and are followed by small, dry fruit capsules. The manuka suits plantings in a native border to attract bees, and it is also suited to hedging. Metrosideros excelsus is the well-known pohutakawa. This large, sprawling tree is a feature of New Zealand coastlines. Its branches often have masses of dangling, reddish adventitious roots, and older trees can spread some 20 metres. The simple, thick, leathery leaves are oval with an opposite arrangement. The leaves also feature a blue-green upper surface with a grey-white furry underside. The flowers are what sets the pohutakawa apart, and the early summer crimson flowers have won the tree its common name of the New Zealand Christmas tree. The compound cyme inflorescence is comprised of many long crimson stamens that give the characteristic spiky appearance of these flowers. The flowers are followed by whitish seed capsules. Metrosideros excelsus provides a wonderful floral display and attracts native tui. It suits coastal planting and can be used as a specimen shade tree and even trimmed for hedging. Sophora microphylla is another well-known New Zealand native. The corphi, like other native plants, is generally an evergreen tree, but can be briefly deciduous. It is a small, decurrent tree with an open, slender growth habit. The pinnately compound leaves are 3 to 5 centimetres long and have small orbicular leaflets. The yellow papillionate-shaped flowers appear in spring and form long fruit pods that contain hard yellow seeds. The corphi makes a spectacular floral display and can be used as a specimen tree or planting in a border garden to attract native tui. Cordyline Australis has the Maori name tikoka, but it is more commonly referred to as the cabbage tree. Its palm-like appearance makes it easily distinguishable in the New Zealand bush and countryside. Tikoka is a monocotyledon with an erect trunk that has a corky appearance. The trunk branches into tufts of long, linear, fibrous leaves bearing smooth margins and acuminate points. The light green leaves are attached with a sheath, and brown dead leaves often form a skirt around the branches before falling to the ground. Very large panicles of creamy white star-shaped scented flowers appear in the foliage crowns during late spring and early summer. The fruits which follow are clusters of white or bluish berries, a striking plant used in amenity planting for its foliage and form. Idesia polycarpa is a medium to large deciduous tree. The natural growth habit is excurrent and forms an open, upright, rounded crown. The simple leaves have a distinctive long red petiole. They are soft, light green and bear serrated margins on a heart-shaped blade. Idesia polycarpa has small yellow-green flowers that hang in panicles from late spring to early summer. Its fleshy berries start out green and then turn a scarlet red. The pendulous clusters of ripe berries hang on the bare tree through winter, and it is a striking feature of this tree. However, it is dioecious and requires a male pollinator for optimum fruiting. Plant as a specimen shade tree or use in amenity settings to attract birds and for its winter colour. Ilex aquifolium, otherwise known as English holly. It is a small to medium evergreen tree with an excurrent form developing a pyramid shape. The characteristic leaves are glossy dark green, elliptic in shape, with a spine-toothed edge and undulating lamina. Holly is dioecious, and the clusters of small white flowers produce bunches of red berries on the female plants. A striking foliage plant, but also suitable for hedging and screening. Ginkgo biloba is a slow-growing, long-lived deciduous tree that is very unusual. The tree is dioecious. The male plant produces small pollen cones, much like a gymnosperm would, but the female does not produce cones or flowers. Instead, naked ovules are borne on the end of a stalk, and each develops into seed held within a fleshy fruit-like structure. The bright green petiolate leaves do not conform to conventional shapes. They are fan-shaped, with veins radiating out into the leaf blade that is often split and notched. The autumn foliage is a brilliant golden yellow and makes a grand specimen tree in any amenity setting. Be aware though, the yellow-green female fruits look lovely but have an extremely unpleasant smell if crushed underfoot, so placement of planting must be carefully considered. Liquidambar styraciflua, commonly known as liquidambar, is a tall deciduous tree with a conical to rounded shape. The simple leaf has deeply serrated margins that produce a star shape. The leaves are attached with a petiole in an alternate arrangement. The leaf colour is green before turning to dramatic shades of orange, red and purple in autumn. A characteristic feature of the tree's young branches is the bark, which develops an edgewise plates sticking up on the surface rather than being laid down across the surface. The unisexual flowers appear in summer, are green in colour and not very noticeable. The female flowers develop into long-stemmed brown spherical fruit that are spiny and dry and fall from the tree in winter. Planted for its autumn foliage, Liquidambar styraciflua makes an ideal specimen tree for large amenity settings. Olea europaea is best known for its fruit, the olive. This Mediterranean tree is small and evergreen with a multi-branching habit. Its leaves are simple and a narrow elliptic shape, with a grey-green colour on top and greenish-white underneath. Flowers form panicles of white flowers from leaf axils. Fruits are small, fleshy drupes with a hard pit or stone. Olea europaea suits dry amenity situations and is often grown in pots or for its fruit. It is also planted for foliage effect and colour and responds well to hedging.